Welcome back to the Butt Chug Podcast, everyone. This is episode number 1 for our Butt Chug beer reviews on video. If you're unfamiliar with the Butt Chug Podcast, we are an audio podcast on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher. We've done almost 50 episodes. We've rated over 100 beers thus far. There's 3 of us, Matt, Chris, and I'm JT. And we do basically, we just shoot the shit for an hour 15 minutes. And we rate at least 2 beers an episode. We talk about the beer we've had the previous week. We tell jokes. We play games. It's a lot of fun. Please join us on SoundCloud if you can, iTunes, Google Play, whatever. But we're going to bring you some more beer reviews via video right here, starting with episode 1. For those uninitiated, and as a reminder to those who have listened to the Butt Chug Podcast, what we do is when we rate beers, we do a few things that are special. We do the can art boner segment where we talk about can art because the artists of these cans, they deserve credit too. Then we do the crack, we count to 3, we open our beers. Usually it's pretty satisfying. I'm guessing with one person it's not going to be as satisfying. And then we rate our beers. We rate our beers on a scale of 0 to 5 in 0.25 increments, just like Untapped. And in fact, when we're done reviewing our beers, we put our scores on Untapped. If you'd like to follow us on Untapped, there's Turds Forever, that's Chris. There's Digital Bather, that's Matt. And I'm JT, I'm Accident Prone 3 on Untapped. You can follow us and see what our beers are and tell us what you think. Write a comment. If you like this review, leave a comment in the comment section. If you want to see us review a beer that you like, see how we like it, leave a comment also in the comment section. Today, the first beer review on video for the Butt Chug Podcast is going to be this Punk Ass Cat. Now, typically, we are a podcast out of Dayton, Ohio. We do a lot of beers from Cincinnati, Columbus, Dayton. We also do beers from all over the country, particularly from our home states. We're all from different places. None of us are actually from Ohio. We just all met here and we live here. This particular beer, Punk Ass Cat from Door County Brewing Company, is from Bailey's Harbor, Wisconsin. Had to read that again. I've read it like 5 times, but I forgot all of a sudden. Door County Brewing Company is out of Bailey's Harbor, Wisconsin. This is Punk Ass Cat. So let's get started. This is the Can Art Boner segment brought to you by deadformat.net. For all your dead format needs, I don't know, like 8-track tapes or something. Punk Ass Cat. So the can art on Punk Ass Cat, pretty simple, but it's still loud, still says a lot. Yellow can. We got the skeleton of a cat who is probably trying to eat a mouse. Let me get nice and close in there. On the sides, you can see there's a lot of little trinkets of art. A cat, a skull and bones, some paws, little dots here and there, a cage. Little cool stuff that adds to the can art. It doesn't say a whole lot about the beer. This is an IPA. It comes with El Dorado hops. Now, we brand ourselves, the Butt Chug Podcast brands itself as a non-pretentious podcast. We are not the hipsters or the kind of guys who know all of the different ingredients in beer and are going to spout that off for an hour and a half. We are just 3 guys who enjoy beer. We drink it. We tell you what flavors we taste. We tell you how it finishes on the tongue, and then we rate it. That's pretty much it. If you're looking for a podcast or a video that talks about all the different elements of the beer, this is not the right place for you. We're just going to give you a cool beer review that you can say, well, that beer sounded really good, or that beer sounded like shit. I don't want to drink that one. So this is the first one, Punk Ass Cat. It's nice and cold. Had it in my beer fridge. It's got El Dorado hops. Here we go. That's the Can Art Boner segment brought to you by deadformat.net. Here's the crack. 3, 2, 1. Nice splash there. A little foamy. I didn't drop this beer. I like to smell it first. It smells hoppy. It smells like a nice smooth beer. Let's see how it tastes though. Actually, that's pretty good. It tastes kind of fruity, actually. I don't know what else is in there. We just went over this on episode 47. A lot of beers, a lot of brewing companies like to use the word juicy in their beer names and in their advertisements for their IPAs, especially New England IPAs, hazy IPAs. This one is actually pretty juicy. It's got my mouth watering. This is a pretty good beer. Now, again, like I said, we rate on a 0 to 5 scale in 0.25 increments. Me personally, my middle is 2.5, just like the middle of the scale. So if I give a 2.5 That doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean it's good. It's just kind of a middle of the road beer that I probably wouldn't buy again, but I wouldn't be disappointed if I had to drink it at someone's house or something if it's all they had. This beer is actually good. It's definitely above a 2.5. It's quite hoppy. It leaves a pretty dank taste on my tongue when I'm done drinking it. Don't mind the mustache. I get a lot of beer in there from time to time. Excuse me. We burp on the podcast too, so if you don't like belches, well, then don't listen. So Punk Ass Cat. This is not bad. This is a pretty good beer. I'm going to give this beer a 3.5 butt cheeks. We also give butt cheeks to beer. Because we're the Butt Chug podcast, our ratings are 0 through 5 butt cheeks. I don't know if that appeals to you or not, but this gets 3.5 butt cheeks, Punk Ass Cat. It's pretty dank, but it's actually really good, really juicy, leaves a nice taste on the tongue. Kind of has my mouth watering. I'll probably drink this can in a very short period of time. I like it. 3.5 butt cheeks. Thanks for joining us. Keep checking back on YouTube. Leave comments, like videos, slap things. I don't know what kids say. My kids watch a bunch of YouTube videos. If you're going to slap some buttons. I don't know. Just don't break your keyboard. Get Punk Ass Cat from Door County Brewing. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Not the best beer I've had, but it's pretty good. So thanks, Matt. And that's episode 1. Butt Chug Podcast, first ever beer review video. Thanks for joining us.